How's it going out there, YouTube? I'm back with another video. I'm recording the day before. These are plays for October 13th, 2024. And today I'll be going on my best six-pick flex play for NFL. But before I proceed on with the plays for tomorrow, let's recap the plays from earlier today, and which are some of the games are still going as I speak right now. Earlier today, I needed Denzel Boston play for the Washington Huskies to get over 57.5 receiving yards going against the Iowa Hawkeyes, and he fell short with only 48 receiving yards. He did not get that much targeted like I thought he was going to get. Who stole the show was actually the number two wide receiver, last name Jackson. I keep forgetting his first name, but he stole the show. He had like over 80 receiving yards. Man, he did phenomenal. I thought Denzel Boston was gonna, like find himself open more often, but he fell short with only 48. Then my second player from yesterday, I need Taylor Moran playing for the Wake Forest to get over 54.5 receiving yards going against Clemson, and he fell extremely short of only 9 receiving yards. He got a good amount of targets. He had at least about 7 targets, or 7 or maybe 8 targets. But yeah, he fell short. I think he had like 3 receptions for 9 yards. Like each one was like for like 3 yards. He was inching his way up the field, but uh, who stole the show was the second wide receiver on this team. Man, he did phenomenal too. He had like 70 something receiving yards. But Taylor Moran, I think he's gonna bounce back next game for sure. Then my third pick of the day, I needed Desmond Claiborne playing for Wake Forest, which was the running back, to get over 66.5 rush yards going against Clemson, and he fell short with only 53 rush yards. He actually carried the ball, I think 19. I think he had 19 rush attempts, or 19 or 20 rush attempts, and he was averaging like 3.3 rush yards per carry. Man, I was like, man, they're not giving up. I mean, he had one semi breakout for like 12 yards, but other than that, he didn't get beyond 12 yards. But yeah, he fell short. And then this game right here, I needed Elijah Badger to get over 43.5 receiving yards playing for Florida Gators. And this game is currently still going right now. It's in overtime. I don't know the results right now. But when I just looked at it, uh, uh, Florida, they punted the ball off like 5 minutes ago before, and so I don't know the results right now. So, but I know for sure they're in overtime as we speak. This okay. My fifth player from yesterday, I need a Brock Vandagriff playing for Kentucky Wildcats to get over 210.5 pass yards going against Vanderbilt, and this game is actually still going as well. And the last time I checked was like 4 minutes ago or so. He was stuck at 124 pass yards. So I don't know. Let's see, you can get some miracles, man. Throw like a 90-yard pass or so, or whatever. Yeah, I don't see him getting over this, but it's never know. But then my last pick of the day, I need a Pat Bryant playing for Illinois to get over 56.5 receiving yards going against Purdue Boilermakers. And he got well over with 104 receiving yards. He started off very, very well. No, it's crazy. He started off the first quarter with 47 receiving yards, and he did not get no more catches in that second and third quarter, man. I was like, he got targeted, but he was like at a standstill second and third quarter, and then like minutes left in the fourth quarter, he catches a big old bomb, and that puts him extremely over the 56.5 just in the nick of time. But yeah, he was able to get over it. But like I said, this lineup is still in progress. So yeah. But let's move forward for the plays for tomorrow. Okay, first pick of the day, I'm going with Marvin Harrison Jr. playing for Arizona Cardinals to get over 5.5 receiving yards in the first quarter going against Green Bay Packers. Now, I don't have my notes in front of me, so I'm just gonna, just improvise. But Marvin Harrison, is their number one wide receiver so far. He's the rookie. He's a rookie this year, and he has been showing improving. Coming from all the way from Ohio State, and he's like their primary target. So I think even in the first quarter, they're gonna try to force him the ball immediately. And man, 5.5 receiver yards is not asking for much. Even though he's like a bomb threat, he likes to get those long zone shots, which are sometimes hard to catch. But I think they gonna catch him on at least a slant route or curl route or something like that. So I'm a bank on Marvin Harrison Jr. to get over 5.5 receiver yards in the first quarter going against the Green Bay Packers. Second pick of the day. This is an early game. I'm going with Christian Kirk playing for the Jacksonville Jaguars to get over 45.5 receiver yards going against the Chicago Bears. Now, Christian Kirk has been over this mark the last 3 out of 5 games, and 3 consecutive back to back. He's starting to come back alive. Even Trevor Lawrence is starting to come back alive. He was falling apart for a minute, but he's starting to be in sync with his wide receivers. And Christian Kirk, man, I think he's like the fastest guy on this team, and Gabriel Davis like slightly behind him. And the rookie Thomas, he's okay, but I kind of like these two veterans, man, more. And Christian Kirk, he's the guy that stands out, man. He's very extremely fast and quick. Man, he's good with the short, uh, the short routes. Moving the ball up the field. So and you got Gabriel Davis. He's more of a long route, bomb catching guy. So Christian Kirk is the guy who's going to move the ball up the field, and as a result, they just going to keep targeting him. And Chicago has been giving up a lot of receiving yards to opposing teams. So I went back on Christian Kirk to get over 45.5 receiving yards going against the Chicago Bears. Third pick of the day, I'm going with Terry McLaurin playing for the Washington Commanders to get over 62.5 receiving yards going against the Baltimore Ravens. Now, Terry McLaurin is definitely their number one wide receiver. He's been leading the offensive snap counts by a long shot. Um, and Daniels, the quarterback, man, he's been picking up great chemistry with Terry McLaurin. I mean, he threw some bombs to him last week, and they're starting to build a strong chemistry with one another. And Baltimore, they have been giving up some big wide receiving yards to number one wide receivers from what I've seen on the last five. Yeah, and Terry McLaurin, man, he has a great quarterback in Daniels, man. So I'm gonna bank on Terry McLaurin to get over 62.5 receiving yards going against the Baltimore Ravens. Fourth pick of the day, I'm going with Zay Flowers on the opposite side of this game to get over 58.5 receiving yards going against the Washington Commanders. Now, Zay Flowers, he's leading the offensive snaps um, on the team by at least like 7 to 10 offensive snaps more than the second wide receiver, which is Rashad Bateman. And Zay Flowers, man, he's just so fast and quick, man. And Lamar Jackson, man, him and Zay Flowers is like Batman and Robin out there. And then Washington Commanders, they have been giving up a lot of receiving yards to opposing teams. So I'm going to bank on Zay Flowers to get over 58.5 receiving yards going against the Washington Commanders. Fifth play of the day, I'm going with Rashid Shaheed playing for the New Orleans Saints to get over 39.5 receiving yards going against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, Rashid Shaheed surprisingly has been, uh, I think the last 2 weeks has been leading the offensive snap counts by at least about 2 to 4 offensive snap counts more than Chris Olave sometimes. Sometimes Chris Olave might lead the offensive snap counts, but uh, for what I've been seeing, Rashid Shaheed has been leading the snap counts over Chris Olave. Maybe because he's, you know, veteran out there, and you always gonna need a deep ball um, kind of catcher out there, just to, you know, just to have out there, And Rashid Shaheed, man, this guy is extremely fast, man. He's like his same boat out there, man. He has the height, the speed, and man, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they gave up some good amount of receiving yards to opposing team the last three. Whoa, up until week 1, they've been giving up big yardage to wide receivers, and Rashid Shaheed has been on fire, along with Derek Carr, man. Derek Carr has been stepping it up too. So I'm back on Rashid Shaheed to get over 39.5 receiving yards going against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Last pick of the day, I'm going with Amari Cooper playing for the Cleveland uh, Browns to get over 51.5 receiving yards going against the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, Amari Cooper is the number one wide receiver on this Cleveland Browns team. And, he's been kind of, up and down in a roller coaster for the most part. I don't think he had gotten over 100 receiving yards so far this year. He got close, but he hasn't got over 100 receiving yards this year. And I think this is going to be his breakout game right here. And in addition to that, I think because there was rumors that they was trying to bench Deshaun Watson last week, so I think Deshaun Watson is going to be on his A+++ game today, man, and I think he's gonna, man, be throwing the ball so well today, and the number one target is definitely gonna be Amari Cooper, and then Jerry Jeudy as well, and Elijah Moore. He's kind of fading away out of the offense, but I think Deshaun Watson, man. I think him and Amari Cooper about to make history today. Well, tomorrow. And just like last season, I remember when Amari Cooper almost had like close to 200 receiving yards, and Deshaun Watson, man, went crazy that game, man. Him and Amari Cooper went crazy. I think he had like 3 touchdowns that game. Man, that was phenomenal, man. So I think these guys can repeat history. So I'm going to bet on Mari Cooper to get over 51.5 receiving yards going against the Philadelphia Eagles. Thank you guys. I want you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. Then tell me some of the plays that you guys have below down in the comments. Thank you.